Hello, my stamping friends. My name is Holly Peterson, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Cheyenne, Wyoming. And today I have a fun fold for you. It is a regular tent fold card, but it has an easel on the front. Really easy to put together, and I'm going to show you just how easy. We'll start with our measurements. We have Very Vanilla, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. We have Pretty Peacock that measures 4 by 10 1/4, and it's scored at 2 1/2 and 5. I have Floral Charm designer paper, 3 3/4 by 5. We have Pretty Peacock that measures 3 7/8 by 2 3/8, and it's embossed with the Glass and Gardens. I know that was on Last Chance. I'm not sure if it's still available. Basic Beige, 2 by 3, and this is cut with the smallest branching out die. Mossy Meadow, 2 1/2 by 4, cut out with the second smallest branching out die. Basic Beige for stamping, 2 by 2 1/4, and then Mossy Meadow that measures 1 1/2 by 2. And I thought I had all my die cutting done, but I do not, I see. So let me do that here just real quick. My words came from Words of Beauty. And the dies that I'm using in stamp set is the Charming Day. Now, the stamp set is no longer available, but the dies are on the Last Chance. An alternate that you could use for this would be Petals of Beauty. This is a new stamp set that came out. You could alternate any flower stamp set that you have with this. So, let me find my branching out dies. I love any die that nests inside of itself like that. So we're going to take these two smallest ones. I'll be right back. Okay, we have those, and I see that I'm missing my leaves. And that's from the Charming Days dies. And it's this little leaf right here that we need. And that's what we're going to use the Mossy Meadow piece for. You could also, since this has something layered on top, you could always cut this out of the middle as well. Okay. Use my Take Your Pick tool and just get this leaf started. It's a little bit fragile, this stem is, so you just want to be careful pulling that out. On this sleeve, I'm going to just take the dark Mossy Meadow blend, and I'm just going to accent the center vein here. This piece I've already stamped in Early Espresso. And I'm going to color the leaves with the light Mossy Meadow. Almost feels like I need a new Mossy Meadow. It's a little bit dry, I think. We'll see if it can make it through these last leaves here. These alcohol markers are so easy to use, and they make anybody look like a great artist coloring. I'm not the best colorer, but boy, these markers sure make it easy. You can blend colors with them, and okay. It looks like on my sample, I just highlighted this vein on these as well. And then we're going to take the Timid Tiger, and I'm going to color the whole flower. I'm using the light Timid Tiger. One thing about the blends is you don't want to go too close to the outline because it does bleed a little bit. And I can tell with this being a brand new marker that it is definitely bleeding a little bit. And I'm just barely touching the paper. Okay. And then I'm going to take the dark and I'm going to kind of go over the middle, and then maybe just a little bit on the outside of the petals. And if you think it's too dark, we do have a color lifter. So you can come in and add some highlights with the color lifter. Now on this basic beige, it's really lifting that color. So I think what I might have done on my sample was then just went back over with the light Timid Tiger, so it wasn't such a drastic contrast there. Okay, I'm going to die cut this with the matching die. I'll be right back. ready to put this all together. This layer, we're going to just fold it in half, reinforce it, and you'll notice that they're not even, which is what we want. Oh, this one goes this way. And then this one comes down. And when you fold that down, then it is even. But when you fold it in half, it's not quite even. So we're going to add the designer paper. To this layer. And this designer paper is on low inventory, but it is not on last chance. So that will go there. This embossed layer is just going to get adhered to the front of that flap of the little easel. We're going to fold our Very Vanilla in half. This just gets adhered to our base. And then for the inside, we're going to use some basic beige ink. And the large image. From the Charming Day. And I'm just going to stamp this in the corner. It has a real green tint when you first stamp with basic beige, but then when it dries, it lightens up. And then the greeting on the inside is, "It's your birthday." And I think that is from, I thought I had that on one of my little pieces of paper here. Words of Beauty, it looks like. So I'm using Pretty Peacock ink. And I'm just going to tuck this right in here. And I've managed to get ink on my fingers. And of course on my card. So I will see if this, I don't think that was ink. I'm not sure what I got on my finger there. think I'm going to stamp this little flower. To kind of mask that. Okay. While we have the pretty Peacock ink out, we're going to stamp our label here. And I'm going to stamp the because first. And then the just. Might need to re-ink that. It's a little crooked, but I'm gonna say that it's good. We're gonna layer this. Onto the Mossy Meadow layer. Then we don't want to glue our card shut, so we're only going to add glue to the bottom. Then we'll just center that. You could always add a little adhesive at the top there. Then that'll just be extra secure. Okay, our card still opens. These are going to be put on with dimensionals. I'm going to just put some adhesive on the back of this, some glue. Just on the bottom leaves, so that then it can hang off the edge a little bit. And then for our embellishments, these are the In Color Shimmer Dots, I believe is what they're called. Use my Take Your Pick tool, and I like to just come from the side and push it off of the plastic. Like that. Now we have a cute, fun fold easel card. Thanks so much for watching my video today. If you've liked it, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Bye for now.